Exclusive meaning excluding or not admitting other things. This is what they're known to be, to exclude others. You know, their Passover is for them. It's exclusively for members only. Restricted to the person, group, or area concerned. So it's only for this group. You know, they make themselves look like we are the only ones with the truth. We're the only ones that have righteousness. We're the only ones with the name. Our camp is the only one with the name. These exclusive is in there. It must be in there so they can look appealing to their followers. And we love something that's, how can I say this? Something that's different, that stands out. And we will join this exclusive. We love to be part of something that's exclusive. No other have it like this. We're the only ones. What else they use? Isolation. Stay away from your family. Remember, isolation is one of the things that they use. Stay away from non-members. Stay away from any other teaching other than our teaching. You want to know if you're in a cult? If that teacher telling you, don't you go listen to no other teachers? So you see their control, their domination, master manipulating. And they make you seem like you're wicked if you do these things. You start listening to other teachers. They may have to explain some things. They don't want you to get no more knowledge than what they are giving you. This is part of the control. This is how they control their members, through isolation. They don't want family members speaking to them. They may talk them out of the occult. Talk them out of the group. Point out things that's wrong with the group. You shouldn't do this because of this. You shouldn't follow him because of that. You didn't see what happened in the news to this camp? So they have their people isolated. And the people are only around the members and not others. And this is how they like it. And the ex-members, the members that leave, they will tell them, stay away from the ex-members. Stay away from them. You only deal with the members in our group. We think alike. That's what they will tell their people. We think alike. In other words, they're brainwashed also, so you can stay with them. They're brainwashed like you're brainwashed, and they can't pull you away. So they tell you to stay away from these members that left. We were told in Christianity when someone leave the church disgruntled, we were told to stay away from these people. They will pull you away from the ministry. This is what was told to us. And this is how you know you're in a cult. One of the other things come with being in a cult is money. Money is always connected to a cult. If your leader teaching you that the tithe is money, and he's collecting tithes from you. Look, we know the Christian churches are doing this. But the camps are doing this also. And one has the nerve to make their members tithe 30% of what they have, plus when they get paid 10%. So when you come in, you have to give up 30% of your money? Where in the scripture? Where does it say tithe is money? It's not found. It's not there. And our people are still giving money for tithes, not knowing what the scriptures say the tithe was, not even knowing what the tithe was for, because their teachers are not opening up the Bible and showing it to them, and the people not opening up the scriptures and reading it for themselves. So money comes with it. They make the most high business out of money. They make it a business, a money-making business. And it goes right back to the leader doing what's in his heart fulfilling his desires, his heart desires. And that's to become rich. To become rich. So with all cults, they will rob you blind. You will constantly give your money over and over, and you will never be taught real offering. A camp leader, cult camp leader, they can't teach you offering. The churches can't teach their people offerings. What the scripture says about offering, they cannot break it down. Neither Aubrey nor in English. They will never, ever do it. Our pastor told us, and we're guilty. We didn't open up the scripture and read it for ourselves. Our pastor told us we live in a monetary society. And back in the days in the old covenant, they didn't have money. And then I started reading for myself and I saw them with money. I see money in the old covenant. No one in the church challenged that. None. Because we didn't know it. Because our leader didn't teach us. Next thing they use, abuse. Abuse is a big one. They use abuse. They have to use abuse. Abuse is use something to bad effect or for a bad purpose. Misuse. This is abuse. Look at 2. Treat with cruelty or violence, especially regularly or repeatedly, over and over, treating you with cruelty and violence, mistreat, maltreat, ill-treat. This is what they do. This is the abuse, the mistreatment. When they rob the people of the money, this is an abuse. When they tell a woman you can't marry this man, that's abuse. That's ill. That's cruelty. You can't do this. That's an occult. You're in a cult. If they're telling you not to do something like this, that you're in a cult. And you need to know that. Did the scripture say this? Let's see this in scripture. Did the Most High warn us about this abuse? Ezekiel 34:4. And he's talking to these same people, these camp leaders, these church pastors. This is who they're talking to. The weak you have not strengthened. Here go weak people. The Most High realized we will have weak people in the earth because he scattered us and he made sure that we become weak and none to strengthen. So here we see weak people, none to save, none to deliver. The weak you have not strengthened. You have the weak in your churches, in your camps. They came in weak and they are still weak, calling on God, Lord, calling on the Roman deity. These are what they're doing. They are still weak. Think they know Aubrey and they do not. Following Jewish tradition, weak, very, very weak. So the righteous, we are to strengthen weak people. This is what we are to do. Nor have you healed those who were sick, nor bound up the broke. Why? Because that wasn't in their heart. That wasn't their intent. That was not the desires of their heart. They were thinking selfish gain. How can I gain another wife? See, selfish gain. How can I gain more money, more houses, more cars, more things? How can I make this body of believers larger? Because the larger the body, the more money they will get. Nor bound up the broken, nor brought back what was driven away. Something was driven away out of the land. And these people ain't brought it back. Nor sought what was lost. They called themselves going out to the lost sheep of the house of Yasharal. Only thing they do, the only thing the camp do is let the people know who they are according to scripture. That's it. You're the chosen seed. You're the one. The Bible is talking about you. That's all. That's it. They're not trying to bring back what was driven away. They should be, according to Ezekiel 34, they should be trying to bring back what was driven away. When you come to Yahuwah is one channel, you will hear voice of someone trying to bring back that which was driven away with the words of the Most High. Come out of her, my people. Back within the borders, back where we supposed to be, in the birth canal, you will hear someone trying to bring back that which was driven away. These people will never do that. Stay in the land of your captivity, sit still and do nothing and wait for the Most High to gather us. That's what they're telling their people. But with force and cruelty, you rule over them. Force and cruelty? With force and cruelty, you have ruled over him. Abuse. You abuse my people. You abusive, dirty, rotten scoundrel. This is what they are. Sheep, a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're no more, they are worse than the Pharisees. At least the Pharisees taught Torah. Yahushua told them to do what they say, not what they do. They knew Torah and they taught Torah. These men and women are worse than Pharisees, and we know how Yahushua felt about those Pharisees. They were the leaders. These are your leaders. They're not going to bring you back. They're not going to tell you to come out of her. They're going to tell you to come out spiritually. They're going to tell you we can't come out of it. They're going to tell you Babylon is everywhere. You can't come out of her. Wherever you go, Babylon will be there. The scripture never said that. These people are worse than the Pharisees. They're not even proclaiming Torah. They're not even proclaiming the correct offerings. They're talking about tithes, money, offering money. They're collecting money from the people. They're getting paid to teach the scripture. If you're paying someone to teach you scripture, you're in a cult. Make sure you understand this. I told you this is a very, very important video. We should not be paying anyone, and I've said this before. We should not be paying anyone for the word of the Most High. I paid thousands to Christianity, painful, but got nothing. But when I studied for myself, I researched for myself, I saw in the scripture, freely you have received, freely give. At that point, I received the scripture from the Most High. I understood. He opened my eyes to the book. No longer was it a book sealed to me, but he opened my eyes to what he is saying in his word. And it was given to me freely. So when that happens, I freely give it to the righteous, not the rebels, for them to regurgitate it, throw up, become sick. This word make the rebels sick. And if you notice, the rebels are starting to run. The last message, I rubbed some Christians the wrong way with the message that was delivered concerning the house of the Most High and these churches, but they'll be okay. The Most High will deal with them. They will go to sleep. They will have a horrible vision. And they will see themselves fighting against the Most High and the Malak and all the hosts of Shamaim in a fight, in a battle, in a real battle that they cannot win. And then they will see themselves lift up their eyes and Shaul. And then they're going to wake up from their nightmare. And they're going to hear a word that says something like this. The Torah is Kadash. My words shall not return unto me void. Make sure you keep and do all that I have commanded you. Man shall not live by bread alone, but man shall live by every word that comes from my mouth. This is what they will hear when they wake up. And if they continue in their Christianity, if they continue in that mess, then that dream will come to pass. They will lift up their eyes in Shaul.